So I wanted to respond, collective, to a lot of you had questions around my post yesterday, specifically around when you're getting ready to level up. That's the time that God finds a way to show you everyone's heart. And so I guess I'll kind of flesh out what that means to me. People often say, like, oh, you're an intuitive, like, you've got psychic abilities. Why are you not able to see when someone is ill-intentioned toward you? And I don't think it's that I don't sense that there may be. I think how I deal and how I am with everyone, and it's just the way that I've always been. You can ask anyone in my family, all my friends, it's just the way that I am. I will always look for everything that's great about you. And if I do feel a little nudge to doubt, I'm always going to give that person the benefit of the doubt. And maybe I'm wrong for that. Maybe that wasn't the right decision, but I think I used to think about it this way. I would think, well, if somebody just gets to know me, the real me, like, they wouldn't want to, like, have ill intent toward me. I know now that that's not true. You can be the most kind-hearted, giving, loving person in the world, and at the end of the day, if somebody wants to hurt you, they will. And I understand that. But I'm sorry, I'll cut to the chase. So I feel like that's the only way for someone like me to truly see someone's heart and their true intentions. I need to have something happen where that person would have to present. They would have to show up, basically. They'd have to show up for me. And how they show up will tell me about that person's heart. And so that's what I meant. Like, when you're leveling up, some people aren't meant to come with you. And the reason they're not meant to come with you is because the universe, God, whatever higher power you believe in, is protecting you. So if somebody's heart isn't pure, if you're someone who is, a great friend, a great lover, a great daughter, a great, whatever it is, fill in the blank, and you've always met that person with love and compassion, understanding, and non-judgment, the moment when it comes time for that person to return that to you, to match that energy, and they don't, that's what I mean. It was in that moment that God showed me this person's heart. And I think, I'll admit, I think that's a hard pill for me to swallow. It's a really, still. I don't like thinking that someone I care for and that I thought cared about me would have any kind of ill intent or evil will or whatever you want to say. But I am learning that as much as I would love for someone not to be in that energy, if they are, they are. And like I said, I could be the kindest, most loving, understanding person in the world. And at the end of the day, if somebody wants to hurt you, they will. And I get that. I understand that. And it doesn't matter how often I present as kind and loving and helping and whatever the case may be. People are who they are. What's that quote? You have to appreciate someone for who they are, not for who you want them to be. And I think that was part of my problem. I used to always, and I want you to be this kind of person. And then, I choose to ignore all the cues or all the red flags, as I say. And I don't do that now. I think I'm getting better. But, sometimes I'll fall back into an old pattern. But I do try my best to remind myself of that lesson. That just because you hope and you wish somebody would have a good heart toward you, that's not always the case. And I also realize, I feel that I understand human beings and human nature and the psychology, I think, sometimes about people is part of the reason I do give people the benefit of the doubt is because I do know that how we move, it's been shaped already for us. And sometimes those patterns are not easy to break. Those childhood wounds have not been healed, or at least maybe not even acknowledged, maybe completely unknown. So that's part of, I think, why I give people the benefit of the doubt, is I try to look at where they're coming from. How, like, why would they see it that way? Like, I'll always try to be open-minded about it. So anyway, I hope that made sense. But I love you guys. I will try to come back with more readings. I do have like 3 or 4 sitting in my drafts. I'll either post those later tonight or tomorrow.